Okay. Hi YouTube. This is my first OPR Age of Fantasy Quest campaign. Here we have Songo, Gub, and Tiny, as well as myself. We will all be playing on with our own characters. I want to preface that the rules will be flexed every so often for fun. I am still classing myself as the DM, so I will be making choices on behalf of monsters that do not follow the in-game rules for the AI. I'm just going to make decisions that make sense to me. So the story is called The Reclaiming of Stonemason, and I will read it out because I wrote a whole paragraph. A coalition of elven, human, and dwarven empires have hired a crew of heroes to liberate the city of Stonemason. Stonemason was once a bustling human city with many citizens going about their day. However, it all changed when a goblin horde, led by the goblin wizard Grava, invaded the city, driving its citizens out and claiming their home as theirs. Shortly after the goblin invasion, a bandit group known as the Butchers took up arms against the goblins, aiming to claim the city themselves. They managed to claim half the city before the war reached a stalemate, both armies claiming one half of the city, split apart by the river running through town. The bandits taking up the ports of their half to begin running piracy ventures on the nearby seas. As the war raged between the goblins and the bandits, a small cult who worshipped the god of war managed to taint a local church inside the heart of the city. Led by a Rift Knight named Gigas, the cultists summoned a great portal upon which demons of war spilled out, and a grand army of Rift warriors warped into the city, quickly claiming the center walled-in section of the city for themselves. A demon known as Blood Reaver also appeared through the portal, but his whereabouts are unknown. Though, through elven divination, the Elven Empire guesses that his sole goal is to prevent the party from successfully ending the war in Stonemason. Tasked with slaying the three leaders in this war to destabilize leadership and close the rift portal, the party takes a boat late at night, sneaks into an abandoned mansion at the end of the river. Through a hole in the wall near their home, they are able to purchase and request supplies from local providers to aid in their war effort. And that's the story. So, we're going to go through and we're going to introduce everybody's characters. So, starting with you, Gum, if you are up for it, you were something. Yeah. Okay. Next we have Tiny, who immediately anybody watching on YouTube will notice Tiny is slightly obsessed with Uma Musume. Tiny made some Uma Musume characters. Is that it, Tiny? Songo. Songo has solitaire and it's not solitaire, but hey, go ahead, Songo. Yeah, that's fine. This is a war game. You did good. And then finally we have my characters, which is Alice and Nina. So, oh, I have to update them. So Nina is me, just me, combat, combat me. I picked the race of Isles, and I am a sorcerer. Alice, however, is a steam golem, is what I'm calling it. That was handcrafted by a dwarven friend of hers to help guard her during her adventures, and they bonded uh, magically, so they're linked with magic. But Alice is a aspiring steam suit champion, just like Doug's character, and is a fighter class. I plan to make them very tanky, and the Nina character is very swift. Right. So with introductions out of the way, on the map here, this is the city of Stonemason. The red icons are the bandits. The green icons are the goblins, and the black icons are the rift warriors. So today we are going to be doing a level 2 goblin mission. Normally we would go through phases of where we would build, because I have built this whole system for player housing that the players can build a home. But we will be skipping that today because the party actually has no resources right now because we are just starting the game. So we're just gonna jump right into it. Okay. I think that's enough YouTubering. So let's get into the setup. Can you guys see the table? Okay. So I have changed where they deploy because I was dumb when making this map and didn't realize that in the corners they wouldn't be able to do anything. So the 1, 2, 3, and 4 is just their spawn points. That's where the enemy will spawn. So we will begin setup. I need somebody to roll a D100 for me. Not 100. That's good. This particular roll, lower, better. So I'm just gonna. I'm the only one who's allowed to navigate. So I'm the DM. So I'm keeping a tally over here because this means something that you guys aren't allowed to know about. Right, so now we get to begin the mission. Is everybody in the session for OPR? Party and route, yes. Everybody's here. Right. So I'm generating the first wave. As you can see, it's much bigger. So, Gub, I'm gonna get you to help me place everything. So I'm gonna get you to call out one unit type at a time. So you call out the warriors and how many models are with it. So warriors in brackets models. Just so I don't have to flip between things under it. So how many warriors? One warrior. Yeah, I have that already plugged in. Yeah, I just need to know what spawn. So there's 3 of them in groups of 3. Yeah, it's a bit weird. Alright, what's next? And Gump, you're gonna be on this duty every time, because I'm gonna need help. I just don't want to shift between pages constantly. Alright, what's next? Oh, where are they? There they are. It's only one squad of 3. What's next? Yep, there's a lot more new things. So, compared to the last time we played, which, okay, so there's another unit of Beast Riders and 2 more Nasty Assassins. The Nasty Assassins are separate. The new units compared to last time, which I said, YouTube, we did a session 0 that is not recorded, so you're not missing out on anything really. The new units compared to last time is Goblin Shamans, Fanatics, Giant, Nasty Assassin, uh, Goblin Slingshot Artillery, and that's it. Oh, and a Cave Beast. I don't know if I said Cave Beast. Oh, how many? So, there's still more? Where is it? One singular fanatic? I don't know why that one's erroring out so much. Right, so they're all loaded for everybody? Yep. This is the initial wave. So I'm just gonna place them where I think they make sense. Uh, yep. Welcome to the new goblins. They are spammers. Words. Alright, so the initial wave is already placed in. So could somebody roll me a d6? Oh, right, I was supposed to figure out. This is going to be permission. Can you roll me a second? Oh no, we don't roll a second one yet. I almost put in the secondary objective then. So you rolled a 5. We are doing area search. Place 3 objective markers randomly at the center of 3 different table quarters, or the center of the table, and the marker closest to 0. Here's here. Heroes may use a skill action whilst within 1 inch of a marker, and if they pass a will test, remove the marker. Okay, so there's 3 objectives. When you approach one, you have to pass a will test to uh, remove the marker. And when you remove the marker, you roll a d6, and if you roll a 5 plus, it's the item that we're looking for, and the objective is complete. But if you do not pass that 5 plus, the marker is just removed. Once we get down to only 1 objective left on the board, it you don't have to roll that 5 plus. It just automatically gets removed, and you pass the objective. So I will be placing these tokens instead of following the placement rules exactly. I'm going to be placing them myself. So another description of the map, because I had to build this one. I made it. The wooden-looking things on the walls are doors, and the stone slab-looking things are windows. All buildings have windows, I think. Yeah. Some of them are like really small windows. So again, I'm gonna try to buy battle maps when I get a chance to. So now that that is done, we've picked our primary objective, which is area search. Now we do search tokens. I will do this roll. We get D3 plus 8. 10 search tokens. Yeah, 10 search tokens. And again, I will place these wherever I see fit. I am not going to follow the rules. I am just going to place them where I think it looks nice. How many is that? 4, 7? Okay, search tokens are placed. Sentries, reinforcements, wave size, alertness, reinforcements, hero deployment. Gub, roll another d6 to see which corner we deploy in. Alright, so 1, 2, and 3. We're going up. Yeah. Yeah. We spawn in the corner, but because we're sneaking into the city, but they're not. They control the city. So you can deploy within 6. You can deploy within this building if you want to, because it is within 6. Just keep in mind that you have to walk out through doors or windows to get out. Yeah, you should be able to drag your character tokens in. Gum, if you drag your character from the character sheet onto the map, you'll spawn your token. Yeah. In the journal? Yeah, the journal. Yeah, you should have both of them, and then Tiny, you do the same. There you go. And I will measure for you guys. 6 is right here. So you gotta go back a little bit. So I'm assuming you want to do this. Tiny, that is not right. How did you manage to do that? I don't know how you did that. You don't even have access to that picture. Do you want to go inside the building, Tiny? You can if you want. No, you're right next to the door. You can go all the way up to this 6. And I will say, if you are standing on top of rubble inside of a building, you'll have cover against anything that is inside the building with you. If you're just standing inside of a building in general and something shoots you through the window, you'll just get covered no matter what. So from outside in, always cover. If you're both inside, then you get cover if you're standing on rubble. Because of all the rubble, anywhere that's green is difficult terrain, and all of the buildings will be difficult terrain while you're inside them. Difficult terrain is simply you just can't move more than 6 inches during a movement action. Yeah. Right? Alright, everybody, we need to roll for turn. Yeah, everybody roll a d20. So I get a 9. Tiny gets 14. That gets 12. Solar gets an 8. And then I'm going to add the goblins as a turn. I'm just gonna copy the shaman and throw him off the side. So I can add him as a turn. They always go after players. Okay? Now, before we start, aura check. Everybody needs to do their auras. So, in other words, I give out my Swift aura. Just make sure you check your auras and then give them out. No, Song's got some, God has some. And you just give it to each other. So I give Gub Swift. No one else has slow, so. And Sono gets buffed angel powers and gives it to Tiny, both of Tiny's characters. It's just you. No, just you. You're only in a unit. Yeah, if you had like an entourage. And I know Victor had the same stipulation where it's him and his unit get that. I don't. When it comes to auras, I don't care about. You just pick it. So I'm assuming it was like up to 4 or up to 3 friendlies. Yeah, you can ignore the nearest. You can just pick one. Pick one. So Sokkin gets one, and then I call dibs. is Alice. So it's others. I think Songo should take one back to her. Yeah, you can only do, Songo's melee, yeah. You can only do those stickers on your own tokens, because I'm DM, I can do it on all of them. Yeah, so Songo will take it, Alice will take it, you're a shooter. I think it'd be fair if we give it to, Rel, so that everyone gets one. And then I think that's everyone's auras? Hmm. So Tiny does not have any blessings. Not blessings, auras. Then we have Victor, was it Victor that had the aura, or was it? Yeah, this model and its unit gets Strider, so only Victor gets Strider. But either way, I've marked him with Strider. You basically get to zip around all you like. Double checking. That's it. That's the auras done. So, I think that's it. We just start playing. So, Tiny, it's your turn first. Yep. Roll a d6 to see what it is. Well, 2d6, please. So, roll 2d6. First, ease of use. I'm going to, in the Discord, put the chart. I'm just gonna actually make, if you don't mind, I'm gonna duplicate a channel. I do, yeah, I just duplicated it. So there's the loot table in the OPR charts. Um, uh, so just read the chart yourself to figure out what you get. So this is why I make you do 2d6, because the first roll goes to the left chart, and then the second one does further specification. You rolled a 2 and a 5. So yeah, it would have been a trap, and then nothing happened, so it goes away. You still have a bunch of movement if you want. You can move 2 more inches. You can make your way to the door. You can climb through the window if you want. Okay. Dub, your turn. Yep. Is there any skills you would like to use? You just use skills. All the skills are like situational, depending on like, what they do. It's like you could use sprint to go further. Well, they can't really see you, so yeah. So if you measure from there, then it goes through the wall. They can't see through the wall. You can what? Okay. So my go. Alice will run. Oh. Nina gets a spell token, and then we'll run her 14. Actually, it's 16. I think I can rush plus 2. I double check. Because I have the highborn rule. Oh, it's just plus 2, together, so I can only go 14. So, stays back. Nina will shoot from behind Alice at the goblins. Oh, she can't see them, never mind. So it'd have to be like a line like that. Even if I like specify that corner of her thing. But I learned something. If you hold Alt, you can measure from any point without being fixed to the grid. So it's really good for determining line of sight, because line of sight is anywhere on your token to the enemy token. So like I can measure from this part of Nina's token to go around the corner like this, which would give me a bigger area of view. Fortunately, with wargames, because of how line of sight works, where you have to draw a line from your token to their token, if you can see them, they can see you, and vice versa. There's never a moment where one person can see someone and the other can't. So, like, by definition, I can draw a line. If he can draw a line to me, I can draw a line to him. You know, yeah. So that is the end of my turn. I don't think I can do anything else, so Solo, your turn. Follow along. Oh, you're splitting up. Alright, Goblin's turn. So far, because of how I place the goblins, I'm going to be just moving them around idly instead of following the rules like I said at the start. Shift them around. If they can't see anyone, then they're just gonna spend their turns moving about. These goblins are on guard duty at the door, so they're not gonna do anything. These goblins, however, can see Alice, but because of difficult terrain rules, they cannot charge Alice, because they would have to go through the terrain to do it. Yeah. So they go there 6, it's getting closer. And this fanatic is going to sprint because he sees them and he wants in on the action. And same with these guys. Hey, alert was up by 1. It's either it's always 9 or 18 because I actually paid for the Patreon thing so I can make my own custom rules. All heroes, like the aspiring hero classes, are made out of Age of Fantasy hero units that either have toughness 3 or toughness 6. And then when they become aspiring variants, it triples that number. That's why it's always 9 or 18. But yeah, Alice has 21 wounds right now. I click the gear, increase the numbers, and then before you hit save, click update default token, and it'll save it. Oh, you probably can't see that because it's a DM thing. Yep. Tell me when you're done. I need save. And I just click that once, and it's good to go. No, it's permanent. Yeah, that's true. But you just complete that later as well if you need to. So, Tiny, it's your turn. Yeah, 6 at most. Okay, go outside. Any skills or anything, or are you just done? Also, have you been giving rice or spell tokens? The blue bubble, you add +1 every time. Speaking of, I actually have to do that for the shaman. to read a rule. Okay, so enemy AI just randomly cast spells. They still get spell tokens, but yeah, it rolls basically. You roll a dice to see what spell they cast, and if they don't have the mana to cast it, they don't cast at all, and they have to use all mana to do so. So that was the end of your turn, Tiny? Go, go. No, but Songo is able to charge this turn if she wants to, and so is Sotken. You don't need line of sight to charge, you just need to be within 12. Yep. And if you angle, like go here, and then here. Yep. Okay. I'll move something, and then you can move stuff. Does he have any? He has Relentless. Remember that much. Yes, you do not have Relentless. Reach unmodified hit roll of 6 when attacking spell gets +1 attack. So this primal, you do get extra attacks when you roll a 6 to hit unmodified, but there's a very minute specification there. It says attack. There's a difference between hit and attack. If it says +1 hit, it's an auto hit. It just hits. If it's +1 attack, it means you roll an additional dice. So you have to roll to hit with your new attack. So go ahead and roll your dice. Yes, but they have hit. They'd be rolling. Yep. And then 6 up saves because you're AP, so I don't even need to check. 1 success. One of them lives. He fights back and misses. He does need to take a morale check though, and fails. So you're pushed back an inch, and he misses his next turn. He can't do anything next turn. And then Does Diamond want to spend 2 points to shoot, or... So just ending your turn? You can spend 2 points and move, because it's an additional action, so you can move 6 and then shoot. Yep. And that charge bonus that you give, it's a aura, right? So it doesn't go away the first time it's used? Yeah, while you do that, I'll take my turn. Alice will charge, and then Nina is going to step out. Get a spell token. The model that conferred it, yeah. So Nina is going to shoot the goblins, hitting twice. I think I have rending, but I could be wrong. No. Yes, I do have rending. So they need 1 6 up and 1 5 up. Wow, they passed the 6 up. But she does kill one. And then Alice fights the goblin warriors who get to pile in. Getting 8 attacks. Hitting on 4s. 3 successes. 1 is a 6, so it's rending. So, 1 success. 2 of these goblins die, and then they need to make a morale check. Which they fail. They're goblins. If you force them to take a morale check, they're gonna fail it. Pretty much. That's the end of my turn. So, Songo, your turn. You could go for the search token from where you were. True. Alright. Alright, down here. Yep. Oh, this poor guy is like he's shaken, so he doesn't even get to fight back. He can use special. Oh, but may strike back counting as defeat. Oh, he can fight back. Oh, he's probably not gonna live, but no, he's obliterated. But he does get to fight back, because all fights are done at the same time, so he missed. Right, Goblin's turn. Shaman gets a mana. I am going to assume that the nearby goblins are able to hear the commotion, so they're going to start heading towards the AI objective, only the nearby ones. Like, the goblins in this building will stay where they are in the far building, but Cave Beast is coming out. Cave Beast has Strider. These guys do not. Are they in range to shoot? No. The shaman is going to start making his way out. And the nasty assassins have Strider. This nasty assassin is charging Dub's character. This warrior unit is charging Song's character. Uh, nasty assassin running out. These doggos. He's running. Supposed to do what? Yeah, we're Dub is down there. No, the one with the red is the AI objective. Or the AI, it's the one that they go to when they're following the AI rules, if I feel like making them do the AI rules. But I'm just DMing them. Yeah, I'm just doing the DM method of, personally controlling them. So I'm just gonna skip Shaman's spellcasting entirely, because he has no targets, so there's no point. Up here we have some charges to do. The Goblin Spearmen are gonna charge Alice because they can't charge anyone else. Someone roll me a d6, please. On a 4, 5, 6, it's Victor. It's Victor. The Fanatic charge is Victor. Oh, I just realized that these goblins can hear the commotion, so they're gonna climb through the window. Uh, 3 shots against Nino. They miss. So we're gonna start down here against Sotkin, the Nasty Assassin. Have not used their attacks yet. A6 for Shred. So if you roll a 1 on your defense, they do an extra damage. Yep. So they are hitting on 4s instead of 5s. No. You said your -1 was for shooting, right? Oh, yeah. So the Nasty Assassin hits 4 times, so you need to make 4 5-ups, but you have to re-roll 6s because of mischievous. Yeah, you have a 5-up because you bought light armor. So it becomes a fail. So you got 1 success, so that's 2 wounds, 3 wounds, 4 wounds. You take 4 wounds. And then you get to fight back. Which I believe last round he didn't fight anybody? No, he did. Yeah, on his turn. So you hit on 6s because you're fatigued. But these can still explode. But those explosions also hit on 6s. So he failed to kill you. Which is back. 3 on Songa. On Stellaire. 2 hits. Stellaire has a defense of 6 up, I believe. He'll need 6s. Yeah, that's why I say you get a 5 up. I did get. I'm a good DM. So, you now get to re-roll those on 5s because of your Feel No Pain. Because you're an angel. So you ignore one of them and take one of them, so you take 1 wound. And then you get to fight back, hitting on 6s because you're fatigued. One hit's not bad. They do fail, so you take 1 out. And then we go up here where Alice did charge this turn. So oh yeah, and the guy here is not stunned anymore. 1 hit. 1 wound. Only 20 of those more to go. And then Alice punches back 8 times, hitting on 6s. 1. She actually kills one. Which they need to take a morale check. Which they fail. And that's it, I believe. Everybody who can shoot has shot. Everybody who fight has fought. So, alert goes up by 1. Alright, Tiny, your turn. Yeah. Yep. Oh, you're going down. Yeah. Technically speaking, to go there, you have to charge. Oh, that's a fight we didn't do. I forgot to do the fanatic fight. So before you fight Tiny, I have to do the fanatic fight. So the fanatic is attacking Songo. So ball and chain is 3 attacks at AP1. Oh, I forgot he gets teleport. Alright, so he gets 3 attacks with Furious. Which generates no more hits. So 1 hit against him, you need a 6 of save. Oh, it's 1 extra hit. So somehow you need 2 6-up saves. Yeah, this is slow. Victor. It'll be target number 6 because it's hit me 1, but either way, you still pass on a 6. So you take 1 wound. And then he would have been pushed back. Technically speaking, kind of to be where you are, you would have had to use your second action to do a charge, so now you're in a combat with the fanatic. Oh wait, Songo gets to fight back. I'm so sorry, Tony. Nah. So Songo, you get 3 attacks at AP1 back. No, not +1. You AP1. So in other words, you reduce his armor. You get 3 attacks hitting on 4s. He gets 6-up save. He fails, so he does lose 1. Now, Tiny, you may punch him. Are you gonna choose to use your ancient weapon to give someone else +2 to hit? Well, don't he? Which character has that? Yep. So roll your skill check. If you fail, you take another power. You're good. So it's free. And now, Rel, the next time she fights in melee, she gets +2 to hit. Yep, now you have to fight the fanatic. And I tried to make it so that all of the multi-wound models have their health bars visible, so I don't know if that's... what was your question, Penny? For what? Quality. No, it was quality the whole time. Oh, you have hero killing capabilities. So, Blessed Greatsword has chop AP4, ignores regeneration, and if the model has toughness 3 to 9, it gets deadly free. So you do 3 wounds if he fails his check of 6 up. He fails, so you just outright kill him. Now for Rel. Don't forget to give her her +1. Yep, I meant your spell tokens. You should have 3 spell tokens right now. Yeah, this is their turn. So you have to burn your ancient weapon here to hit with +2. Yes. Yep, with rending and shred. Yep. 5 successes. Nice. You go. Yeah, so both of your characters are hero killers. Or not hero killers, toughness killers, so tough killers. Is that the end of your turn? Yeah, you can. You can spellcast at any point in your turn. It doesn't cost power, nothing. It's just a thing you can do at any point during your turn. So you can cast a spell right now if you want. You have to see if the spell fizzles. You have to roll a dice, and on a 4-up it goes off. And you can spend extra mana to increase this roll by +1. You're rolling to see if your spell activates. So you roll a d6. D6. You need targeting 4-up. 4-up if you don't spend extra mana. 3-up if you spend 1 extra mana. So if you spend 3 instead of 2. So did you spend that extra? Okay. So you lose all 3 mana? Yeah. And now that spell resolves. So what was the spell? You should probably do Angelic Storm instead. Angelic Blessing boost only boosts Angelic Blessing. So you know the thing that Songo gave you as an aura? That's Angelic boost. So basically you can give Songo's aura for free. Or not for free, but you can cast her aura when it runs out. So if you want to do Angelic Storm, I'll just give that to you for free and it just goes off right now. So you can pick 4 enemy units to take 1 hit with AP2. And I also I think it's lame that that spell loses attacks if there's not enough enemies within range. So I am adding a house rule now for spellcasters, including myself. If there is not enough enemy units within range to get all of the targets of a spell like that, where it's like pick up to 4 enemy units to deal hits to them, the lost hits can be allocated to somebody that is in range. So basically, you just get that many attacks to allocate around. But you have to split them if there's multiple targets. I'm gonna say to split them evenly, just to follow the rules initial thing. So it would be 2 and 2. So it would be all of the ones in range. What's the range of it? 12? And line of sight. So you can't hit them because they're not on line of sight. So you would hit 3 units get hit by one, and then you get to allocate an additional one to one of these units. So which unit would you like to hit with two instead of one? No, you have to split them within range, within to all of the ones that are within range. So you have to try to hit as many targets as you possibly can. But because you would lose one attack. I'll write this out later in a better terms. Yeah. So because you get 4 attacks, right? You can target 4 units. You only have 3 units. Yeah, you only have 3 units in range, which means you would lose one attack. The one attack that you would lose, you're allowed to allocate for free. You only get to allocate the ones that you would lose as a result of it. Yeah. Yeah. It's just like, yeah, it's so that you don't just lose that one. Yeah, I was trying to like wrap my brain around how to explain it. I could have just said if you lose an attack because of not enough targets to allocate it. So you're putting 2 on the goblin archers and then 1 on the others. So archers, 2 of them die. Spearman, he dies, and a wolf dies. And they actually pass their thing. Right now it's Gub's turn. That was the last thing you could do on your turn. That's fine. Yep. Yep. 3 times. 6 is to save. You nuke them, but they do get to fight back because all fighting is done at the same time. And they charge this turn, so they hit on 6s because they're fatigued. Oh, wow. So 2 5-ups. Yep. So you take 1 wound, which puts you below half, so you need to make a morale check, which is just your quality. So 1 dice on your quality. If you fail it, you can spend 2 to automatically 2 power to automatically pass it. If not, then your next turn is skipped. Yeah. Songo has healing, FYI. You get pushed back an inch because you can't be within an inch of the nasty assassin. It's time for the nuke. Yep. Are you using your combat superiority? Yes. So roll your check. Yes. fail, so you just take the power and it still goes off. That's 4 hits. You don't have Relentless, right? So that's 6. You got 6 hits. And one of them is an over 9, so that's fine. I'll give it to you. Rule of cool. So you have Relentless, which would mean that you get 2 hits, which generate 2 more hits for 4. And then Relentless gives an additional hit, which gives an additional hit. So you get 6, which triples to 18 hits. So you're, and in addition to that, you're allowed to allocate those 18 hits as you see fit amongst the 3 units that were close to each other. 3. Yeah. So I can't find any information from you because if I didn't tell you how much health they have, you can just go to the OPR page and see it. It's right there. So you're splitting 6 evenly. Do you have any EP? Yeah, so they get 6 up saves. Oh, and you're ignoring the nasty assassin's stealth because you're not targeting them. So you're literally just catching them in the blast. 1 assassin dead, 1 wolf group dead, 1 assassin dead. You kill them. You absolutely nuke them. You really need to, yeah, you really need to full bore, like, lean into that. Take every skill necessary to get as many attacks as possible. Alright, so that's your turn. So it'll be my turn then. Alice unfortunately doesn't have Strider. Oh, but they're within 6, they can charge. But Alice is not gonna charge. They're gonna walk over the search token. Do the search token. I'm not super afraid of 6 and 2. I get $5. If I go to the chart for rewards, 6 is gold stash and 2 is $5. So I'm just gonna. I have to put that somewhere so I don't forget. There. And then Nina is going to charge, and I'm gonna go around to avoid that 6 stipulation. I am going to try to use the skill Distant Spell. Let's see here. For Nina, the Distant Spell. This hero spend X power, and until the end of the round, the hero gets +X range when casting spells. And then she's going to attempt to cast a similar spell to what Twain did. She's going to do High Tempest by using all of her current mana. It goes off on a 3-up, and I need to see how much range I need. So they're 30 inches away, 29. It has a range of 9. So if I use 3 power, I'll be able to do it. No, I won't. With 3 power, I'll have 27 range. Oh, I can. 27 is enough. So spell goes off on a 3-up. Oh, that's too many dice. It doesn't go off. But I believe I'm able to spend, with caster, I can spend mana for power to make it happen. Okay, I'm not doing that actually. That would near kill me. So my spell just fails. I might rebuild Nina after this as a healer. Because we kind of need healing. Like, we have the healing touch, but we just don't. It's not enough. Keep up. So, E3, EP1 rending. With a target of 5. Oh boy, 2 rending. And 2 kills. She wins. But they fight back, getting their 4 attacks in on 5s. So 1 hit because I did the wrong target. And she takes a 1 back. I think that's the end of my turn. Sungo, your turn. I have an answer. Question, do you consider yourself a friendly hero? Well then, yes. Okay, this is it, Friday. Yes, you can target yourself. You are always within range of yourself, and you are always considered friendly for yourself. No, that's a very good question. Yeah, it's a very good question. The only time you can't is if it says other heroes. If it just says you can target 3 friendly heroes, then you're fine, but it says 3 other, then it's specifying that it can't be you. Also, as a reminder, Sotkin is really hurt, so you might want to try to heal. Oh, I could. I could do everyone's tokens with the... I can do specifically everyone's health and only their health. It still goes off. You still get to use your skill, you just lose a power for it. So, -1. No. If you fail the check, then the power still goes off, it just costs a mana. So, yeah, I did. Just roll your d3 to see how much you feel. Yes, sir. So, roll your d3 and we'll see how much you heal. Oh, you're using a different skill. Okay. Just let me read it for a sec, just to make sure that we're doing it. In 6? Oh, this one's 6. Yep. So you go up by 1, and Slotkin goes up by 1. Uh, Hi. You can still be revived, though. So no, you're actually allowed to charge still. Like, yeah, you're just using skill actions. Yeah. No, you can see him. He's right here. No. Stealth just makes it harder for you to shoot him. You can just shoot that and charge him. Yeah, you don't get -1 when charging him, I don't think. It's only for shooting. Yeah, it's like they're really good at ducking for cover, but they're not very good at dodging a punch to the face. 4 successes. That's EP at least 1. And if he rolls 1s, he takes extra wounds. Okay, he's dead. So, he died. But he still gets to fight back. And he hasn't fought, so he fights first. Poor dying. He has the same thing you do. He has Shred. And he hits on 4s. So 4 successes back. You need 6s. Save. Okay, here's a special thing about your angelic thing. It triggers whenever you take a wound. So that 1 does an additional wound, so you actually have to roll 5 dice for your angelic healing. Yes, to see if you block the wounds that you would take. 2 successes, you only take 3. and then he dies. So that's an example that I always have to tell people when playing the game is, you know how Tiny's character gets deadly free? So in the one attack can deal 3 wounds. With your secondary save, you would do your first save to block the hit. So your first save would only roll 1 dice. But deadly hits before your secondary save. So you would do 1 save, and if you fail your 1 save, you would then have to roll 3 dice for your secondary save because the deadly explodes the hit into 3 wounds. So it's a very finicky thing about the game. You'll get the hang of it. Is that the end of your turn, Solo? No, you have Victor. Poor Archer. What? Okay. Roll the hit, Solo? No, he does not live. Right, it's the Goblin's turn. The Shaman comes out to play. He gets +1 mana. At this point, he should have 3. And the Shaman immediately casts a spell using all of his mana. And see what spell. Really, it doesn't list his spells. I have to go back to see his spells. Alright, so he rolled a 2, so he's using Stinging Spider. Pick one enemy unit within 6 inches, which takes 3 hits with Bane. And if nobody's within 6, then he actually doesn't end up casting a spell at all. He gets his mana back. No, nobody's within 6. So he actually just doesn't cast a spell. So it's the end of his turn. Stellaire gets charged by the Cave Beast. These spearmen will run. At this point, everyone should be aware that base compound is compromised for all of the yelling, so everyone is going to start heading towards action. It goes up by 1 after this turn. This would be turn 3. So Victor is getting shot 6 times. However, you will have cover because you're right next to the windowsill, so you can get cover. Units with most volumes of blockers get +1 to defense rolls when blocking hits from shooting. So, no, they hit on fives, and Songo gets a 4 up save instead of 5 up. So 3 hits, 3 4-ups. Oh, I didn't mean to roll that. So you take 3 wounds. No, I just didn't mean to click that. So, now you're 1 wound away from taking a morale test. And we're actually doing a really good job mopping them up, so the only thing left to do is put up the alert and make Songo fight the cave beast. So, cave beast first. It should be 5 out of, 9. 6 attacks with just rending, and furious. Is what the cave beast does. Your victor should be at 5 health, so you're fine. Yeah, sorry, I did that a lot. Bad habits. So Songo, you get hit 4 times. Because it has, Furious. But you need to make 3, are you only 6 up saves? Yeah, you're, alright, so you can just roll them all together. So you're looking for 6s and then re-rolling into 5s. You need 4. So just do another one. Yep. So 1 save. Now you do 3. Looking for 5s. No, yeah, no, that was right. Yeah, that was right. So 1 5. You take 2 wounds. Because of the angelic aura boost. That's what Songo's aura at the start of the game does. No. They go away once the first wave is spawned. Yeah, that's for your spell, specifically your spell version of it. But Songo's aura version, there. Oh, yeah, we have been reading it wrong. Oh, we'll just, go by that from this point on. So, Songo just loses her angelic boost. Mm-hmm. So it's 6s instead of 5s. Songo, you get to fight back. Now you get your 6 attacks. You hit on 6s though, because you fought already this turn. So nothing. And then it's back to Tiny's turn. Yes, you can. You cannot, because there is a roof on that building. Yeah. There's other things in a building that can become rubble, like furniture. You can jump onto the roof if you want. Yeah. Yeah, true. Yes. You would have to spend 2 power to do it. Hmm. Yeah, and you can just flip that corner to apply. Eventually, you can level up your caster level, so you get 2 mana every time you start your turn. And at even higher levels, it's 3. Yeah. So when he still takes the win, he does fight back, but he's fatigued, so he hits on 6s. So no. And he gets pushed back an inch. What about Akari? Yeah, and if you fail it, you just take a power and it still goes off. It still activates. You take a wound instead of a power. When you're out of power, you take wounds instead. You're just not going to? Okay. Is that the end of your turn? No. You gonna go for your nuke again? If you target the spearman unit, technically. Oh, only the beast would be in. Oh, you have to be within 9, not outside of 9? Yeah, go for it. The cave beast is tired, so the chances of him fighting back effectively are low. Ooh. Woo! But here's the thing. You've reduced him by half, so he has to take a morale check. But because he's a toughness 3 model, oh wait, or is this villain for tough? Um, I need to look at the tough rule. I cannot remember which rule it was, but there was one rule that was like, if somebody with X toughness, uh, what do we think? Tough 3. If the model has taken as many wounds, it is killed. I don't remember where I read that. No, it was last time we were playing. At the end of an activation or wounds, leave a unit half the size. The unit must take a morale test if you're limited. Must stay idle but may strike back count against fatigued. Always. Taken units must spend one full action to stop being shaken. Enemies with tough 9 plus can't be shaken but deal defense. So it's the shaman would do this, but the cave beast would not. So the cave beast just rolls morale to see if he's fine. So he's allowed to charge next turn. Right. Yeah, what's dire blade good? Please do. Are you going to attempt first superiority? Yep. I'm honestly surprised you didn't make a secondary hero that had ancient weapon. You still could unslot him at some point. Yeah, that's true. You gotta keep in mind though, because you're making the waves harder by taking that spear, because the more rules and attacks and stuff that something gets, the more overpowered it is, the more expensive it is to have your model. So the reason why our waves are so massive right now is because we have so many angelic characters that are all high points. Like, Stellaire is twice the points cost of Victor. So, yeah. So, like, the better you do, the higher your points cost is, and the harder the mission will get. So, yeah, and you do not get relentless. So, 2 hits. 2 hits explode into 6 hits that you can freely allocate. He has 1 wound remaining. Both die. The horde clears hordes. I will. Eh, I will give you a heads up, though. You are kind of useless against heroes, multi-wound models, so long as they aren't surrounded by other models. Because if they are, then you can just allocate a ton of attacks to them. I assume that's the end of your turn. Nina gets mana back, and then she's going to take a wound to do this, but she can run 14, and then take an additional action to go to Sotkin. And then she's going to attempt to healing touch. Success. Oh, I heal you for 3. Yep, and I still get to do my attacks and stuff, because the second one was just a walk. So I can still shoot even if I run because of quick shot. I am going to burn my ultimate. Oh, never mind. I had to use power to use my ultimate. Never mind. So I'm just gonna shoot the shaman. 1 hit. 1 wound. Oh, the shaman doesn't get the -3 thing. He only has 3 wounds. And then Alex. Mm, no matter what, Alice is still stuck in the. Oh no, they're out of it now. Going there. Alice is gonna try to go for the objective. Songo, your turn. Yeah. So you're doing a +1 to Nina and Stella? Hooray for the healing circle! You know we do have enough healing. I just need to stick with Song at all times. My healing is the same as yours. You have lay on hands as well. Yeah. Should become with it comes with cleric. Is it? Still it. Oh, cleric's blessing. Which is the same thing as your other thing, but it doesn't cost a skill to do, and it's just one skill. You can do it now if you wanted to, but you don't have to. Yep. Yeah, it has to be Songo and then plus one other. So yeah, good plan. Goblin's turn. They jump out the window, but seeing them jump out the window, these guys are gonna go. So because that guy couldn't get out, technically that unit is now still in difficult terrain. And they can't shoot anybody. They can't shoot anybody. The shaman gets +1. And then walks forward. These goblins. They run. The shaman attempts to cast a spell. He rolls a 2 again. He really likes that spell, huh? Stinging Spider. Pick one enemy unit within 6 inches and they take 3 hits with Bane. Which makes you reroll 6s on defense. So, closest enemy unit within, which would be Songo. And it has to use all of its mana for the one spell. So, it casts it on a 2-up. Yep. So, Songo takes 2 hits with EP2 and Bane. Oh, you should probably roll that, So, 6-up saves. Rerolling. Oh, it's 3 hits with Bane. Roll another one. 3 hits. No AP. So you succeed once, but you have to re-roll that 6. So roll another dice. So you take 3 wounds, which you now have to do your angelic blessing on. Unless your angelic blessing doesn't work for magic. That's something we should check. Oh! You get 4-ups to ignore them, so you get 3 4-ups. So it got even better because this is a spell. but expensive. So, roll 3 dice. So, you passed 4 because you didn't change your goal. Because, you're doing your angelic blessing now, so it's a 4 up. So you only take 1 wound instead of 3. That will be the shaman's turn. The alert goes up by 1. We're on alert 4. And it's Tiny's turn. Bonks there. Yep. And no, just 1. Because he doesn't have regeneration, and you ignore regeneration anyways. So he takes 3 wounds, because you're deadly 3, and dies. You chop his head off. Yep. Oh, you have ancient weapon. Did you want to use it on someone? I'm pretty sure you did. But there's a chance he'll take a wound for it. Because, they already charged. Yeah. Oh, wait, the thing we doubled back, because the shaman was able to fight back. Forgot about that. Sorry about that. Had the sudden realization that the shaman was able to fight back against Tiny with his magic staff. Nope, just hand weapon, because his magic staff is a ranged weapon, and he would have been able to shoot had I known that, but I don't care to go back for that far for it. If it were a player, then maybe, but... Ooh, 2 successes. Tiny, you need 2 saves. No, this is, not magic. They're just regular attack. Oh, then you'll be 5s. Re-rolling because of Sana's, boost. Yeah. Roll again because of, Sana's boost, which goes away. We'll take that success on the right because we're only supposed to roll 1 dice, but we'll just say you tank it. Yeah. Someone didn't update their token. Oh, it's a you thing. I said you have to handle your token. That's the last time. So are you gonna risk the 1 point to give God +2 to hit? Okay. Then it's Sub's turn. She ran with the... You technically, this is the weird part about difficult terrain. You can't enter difficult terrain because you've moved beyond 6 inches, so you just have to stop at the terrain and then wait for the next turn. Yes, if you do another move, then you get another 6 inches into the terrain. This is difficult. Yeah, go for it. Right. Yep, and you have the chart so you can check it yourself. Fine. And you're close to the objective token over there too. In fact, your other character is close to the other objective. You can go through the window, so you just do it like this. Yep. Then you can spend your 2 to get up to it. Yeah. Yep. And if I check the rules, I think it's a wisdom. It's area search. Skill action. Will test. We have a couple people that are good with will, which is nice. No, because interacting with the objective is a skill action. So, is it the end of your turn? Nina is going to rest. Alice, if she's not slow this turn, can go 6 to the thing. Spend 2 power. Go 6 and attempt the objective. No. It was worth a shot. Songo, your turn. Yep, he can get there because he has Strider. Oh, you're going to the other objective. Oh, were you? Yeah, because you have Strider, you can just ignore the 6-inch thing and go straight for the subjective. That's why Strider is important, chat. Yep, you will check. I don't know how good your will is, though. No, it's will. Oh, he's a will hero? Now you need to roll another dice, and if you roll a 5, that's then you've succeeded and you found what we're looking for, and we pass the mission. No. So that was not the item that we were looking for. It's the goblin's turn. The shaman is dead, and it's only these spearmen down here. These goblins move over, and these goblins also move over, going back inside. Goblins go back inside. So I'm just gonna make them all shoot Alice for the sake of simplicity, because she's the tank. So that is 8 shots into Alice. Two successes, but because of cover, Alex will have 5 up save. 2 wounds. I see that factorial pop up, Tiny. Yeah, I know. It's perfectly normal to do stuff like that. I'm just giving Tiny a hard time for no reason. Oh, my app closed. Now I have to sign back in. No. Deadly does not go between models. No, not Blast does, but Deadly doesn't. Six, just normal. So they have a threat range of 12. You also don't have Strider, so if you're looking to go into the building, you can't enter the building. Yeah, you're fine. You can shoot the door. Oh, right. It's still the goblin's turn. Tiny, your turn. At the end of the next goblin turn, another wave shows up. It doesn't matter, they have a 6 upstairs. Just by default. Two of them die. Oh, did I roll a d20? Two of them die? No, two of them die. The shred doesn't, it also doesn't spread through models. Yeah. So, hits get allocated to models, and then hits turn into wounds. So if you hit a unit with 3 models with 2 attacks that have deadly 3, the unit takes 2 hits, and those 2 hits get allocated to the models that then get turned into wounds that are applied to the models. So the wounds from things like that do not spread between models, but only one model takes all of it. So if you have like a deadly 36 big lance cannon and you shoot a unit of 10 models, you technically only hit one of them with an absurd amount of damage. Because deadly is meant to be like the anti-tank tool. On her right now, 1, yeah. The goblin's gonna fight back, by the way. 1 hit. You're looking at 6s and then 5s. Because of angelic. 6s to start, and if you fail, it's a 5. It was only 1 success, you only roll 1 dice. And then 5. Nice. So you block it. They need a morale check. They fail. See who? Yep, you can see them. You gotta remember it. You need to roll to see if it casts. You declare, you pay, and then you 4 up. No, it's just 4 up. It's always 4 up. So you succeed. And then the bonus one is going into these guys. Right. So it's 1 hit each, and then this one is 2. No successes anywhere, so nuke, nuke. They need a morale check, and they fail. I see him. Yeah, if you spend your 1 power, yeah, they'll take 2 hits. Is there any AP to those hits? Yep. So neither of them succeed. And you are not allowed to use that for the rest of the game. And you don't. Is that the end of your turn, Tiny? No, you can. So the Sorcerer's Bolt is not a skill. It's just something you get to do once per game for free. Well, not free. You spent power to do it, but you can still use the skill right now if you want. Because if you look at your character sheet, Sorcerer's Bolt does not have a skill in brackets next to it. So it's just a thing you can do. It's not a big deal. It's, if anything, leaving one single goblin archer that's pinned is not a terrible thing. What's the kinds of chaos? Yep. If you go for it, like, I don't mind. You did it out of order, but you'll do it in order next time. That's fine. So take your check. You failed, so you take a wound, but it still goes off. Because you still restore. Yeah. How much power? D3 plus 2. So I have to roll a D3. Oh wait, yeah, she's at 3. You can literally not roll lower than 3. Yeah, it'll take 1 power if you fail the thing, but there's a chance you'll get that power back. The same thing as Battle Rest. Yeah. Alright, is it the end of your turn, Kitty? That's within 6, so you can give it to Songo, you know. Ooh. Why not? Oh, 3 inches away. Yeah, you have to be closer. Yeah. You wanted to do another action? Yeah. Anytime, if you have no power, anytime that you would spend power, it's just a wound instead. And you're using 2 power to do that? Alright, so you'll take 2 wounds. Songo, you get to move Stellaire 6 inches for free. Yep. You can still run into a building if you are, like, if you can move 6 inches into a building. This is probably better if I did an example. So if I had two goblins here, one that was 7 inches away and one that was closer, this one wants to run, but because it went over 6 inches, it can't go into the terrain because then difficult terrain would apply and it would only be able to move 6 inches. So it's already over that 6 inch threshold. But if this model wants to do it, because they can move under that 6 inch threshold, they can move in. It's just if they were to run, they still can only move 6. It's like, yeah, I guess a good way. Yeah, a good way to say it is you can only enter difficult terrain if you apply the difficult terrain debuff. Songo? Stellar can move 6 inches. If you move closer to the spearmen, they're less likely to charge Tiny. Oh. Yeah, you can't be within an inch. You're just right there. Is that the end of your turn, Tiny? Gub! Gub can finally do what they were pre-measuring for. That is the third time you rolled a 1 on that chat specifically. It makes up for the fact that you didn't fail it at all last session, so. You're a nightmare for the goblins specifically. Like, this army, you are the hard counter to this army. I would say that they would get cover, but Blast ignores cover anyways, I just realized, so it doesn't matter. No, the Blast itself just ignores cover entirely. +1 defense against your ranged attacks, but Blast ignores it. Yeah, they would have gotten +1 defense if you were doing like a normal shot. Anyways, you're nuking the heck out of them because you technically hit 6 times. So they need to make 18 6-up saves. Well, they got 4 saves. They're dead. They're hard dead. Oh. Attempt the objective. Ooh, good point. Yep. Then Nina does the Nina thing. I'm not great at this, but I have a higher chance. So I do it on 5s instead of 6s. That didn't work. Alice is gonna step out of the building. No, she's gonna go right there, kind of like taking cover for when the next unit shows up. And that'll Actually, no, she's just gonna rest. Just for she has points down. Saga, your turn. Into here. Oh, yeah, you still get affected by difficult terrain. It's just, if I grab your token copy it for a sec, you see over here? This is difficult terrain. If you were to go into it and start, to walk into it, you would suffer it. But because you have fly, you can go over it. You can just, if you have enough movement to clear it, then you don't have to worry about it. However, if you start your turn, like if you were here at the start of your turn, then you always suffer it, no matter what. Yeah. So you only ignore it if you're fully capable of clearing it, or you have Strider. That is the only goblin left on the board. If you kill him, the alert next turn goes up by 2. Oh, never mind. I just read alertness. You can kill him if you want. If I add 2 alertness, it goes up to 7. Then I spawn a new wave, and then it goes to 0. You remove all alertness. It specifically says. Yeah, I thought it rolled over, but no. It just removes all alertness. So you're free to. Yeah, it's fine. That goblin can live. That goblin skips his turn anyways. Goblin's turn gets skipped. New wave spawns. He is back to not being afraid. And now we do the thing, Gub. The not fun thing. I'm gonna generate it, and if I don't like it, I might redo it. I kind of want to do a custom one. You guys mind if I do a custom one? There's a couple of things that I wanted to try out. I have 45 more points to spend, which is perfectly enough for another nasty assassin. Alright, you ready to do the callouts, Gub? Now here's the thing about this wave. Take a look at the unit spread. I picked all toughest models. I'm still rolling for their deployments. There's a bunch of like macros you can do in this. Alright. So, Heidi, your turn. Because new waves come in at the end of the goblin turn, they don't get a turn. No, we only have one picked up right now. We're still looking for the other two. You could rest if you want. Right, the troll is kind of scary. You guys want to see something fun? It's 36 health. Technically speaking, this wave could have been a giant. Maybe I'll do a giant wave. See how you guys handle it. Never mind. The waves are not big enough for it to be a giant wave. He's 840 points. Yeah, they're 840 points. Oh, but you guys can fight the giant spider. It's literally exactly like 1-to-1 points cost for a single wave. Oh, but I didn't make a giant spider token. I can make it real quick. If we feel like doing that. The next alert. We'll see how everybody's faring. My vote is to destroy them. Yeah, but if we kill the group of enemies, then we have more time to get the objective. Okay, yes. Anything shooting at you will you'll get +1 defense. Right. Uh Victor does not lose theirs. Theirs specifies that it's just a thing that they get. I'd still say go for it. Kind of an important shot. You need to roll for superiority. Nice. I think the dice gods favor what you're doing. Or not. That one hit becomes 2. Which then becomes 6. So you can allocate the 6s as you please. Him? I don't know why you can't say his name. Here. He's probably the less threatening thing because the cave beasts have shred. It's a good plan because if they all fail their checks, then they have to take morales. Speaking of, they did exactly that. However, they are allowed to take the leader's quality instead, but it's the same, so it doesn't matter. One of them is fine, the middle guy does not fail his check, but the other two do. So their turns get skipped. No. You're still free to walk away if you want to. You can do this. Start making your way over to the fight. Because you can just leave it to me. Thanks. Alright, Nina attempts. Fails. Alice. 6. No. 4. Because Alice is slow now. Yeah, you're fine. You were standing right here. In fact, you still have spare movement if you wanted to walk away from the window. Uh, then Alice can't do anything. She doesn't have any skills. Nina can't do anything. She already skilled. Yeah, it's the end of my turn. Songo's turn. Just a whole no. Big no. Oh no, they can. The cave beasts and the nasty assassins have Strider. Yep. Pretty sure the cave beasts do. No, the cave beasts don't. But the cave beasts have a rule called bounding. You may place all models with this rule in it anywhere fully within D3 plus 1 inches of their current position when you start their activation. Which ignores difficult terrain. So when they start their activation, they get to move D3 plus 1 inches, and then do their movement action. House. Did you want to use your ultimate version? That's good. Alright. Alice gets punchy. And then is Victor gonna walk away so that Alice is the closest thing? Hint, hint. Yeah, I think Alice is pretty clear to 1v1 these two nasty assassins. Speaking of nasty assassins, charge Alice. Because Victor left, so. So, nasty assassin. 6 attacks with shred. So that's 12 total for the two of them. Hitting on 4s. 5. Alice gets a 5-up save because when she is charged, or does charging, she gets +1 defense. She still feels all of them. In fact, she takes an extra wound as a result of this. But she gets to burn her ancient weapon. Thank you so much. They hit back on 2s. So that is 2 rending, 5 regular. So 5 ups. Actually, I might just be, yeah, maybe 1, so it's just 6s in general. You're right, 3 wounds. Yeah, he's dead. He's dead from that alone. Take 6. And because I don't have 2 melee weapons, I'm not allowed to split the wounds up. Can only target one of them. No. Because I'm building her as a tank. Eventually she'll have a great weapon instead. I think if I go to Hero Forge, I can send you guys I'm gonna update her token when I get her fully built. So I've actually changed. I haven't changed it on Hero Forge, but I made a second version. In OPR characters. That'll be Alice Prime. Then that is the assassin. Then this goblin shows up and tries to shoot Alice. Which Alice will technically have cover. Oops. 6 anyways. Alice takes a wound. Then Middle Cave Beast charges Gub. This Gub is still standing there by the window. Goblin leader. Yep. Goblin leader walks over here. Nasty assassin charges Sorkin. 4 hits. These have no AP, but if you roll a 1 on your defense, you have to, you take an extra wound, and it is mischievous, so you have to reroll 6s to save. Yeah, the nasty assassins are actually like one of the more brutal enemies that can spawn. But here's the problem. Yeah, you succeeded 3 times with 6s, so now you have to reroll. In fact, because of that one, you've taken 5 wounds. And you have to take a morale check. You still get to fight back, though. Yep. So on a 4 or higher, you're fine. You failed. You can spend 2 power to automatically pass. And now you swing back. What is the... Do you have the... Right, you have, Primal to roll another attack. Nice. Primal cannot, generate another attack, though, so it's 2. you have anything that can increase damage? Or is it just AP? And we have rage. What does rage do? Yeah. So you do 2 wounds back, which does not kill him, but he does need to take a morale check. Wait, no, he doesn't. Only you do, because you lost the combat. Unless. Does it not work that way? Oh, never mind. It doesn't work that way in this game, so he does take his morale check regardless. It's in the full game, like the full regiments and Graveyard Future. In melee, morales work differently. You figure out who won the combat, and only the side that lost the combat takes a morale check. But in this situation, it doesn't work that way. He still passes anyways. And both of these guys deactivate. Then we do the fight down here. This guy, I think he gets 3 attacks. Give these 6 attacks. Rending. So 1 hit with rending, but that doesn't matter because you have a 6-up save regardless. Fail. So you take a wound. But you get to swing back. And then I'm pretty sure the troll and the beasts over there all have the same movement speed. Yes. So I'm gonna move you 6, you 6, and then I'm gonna roll. Oh, they both rolled 3. They get to bounce 4 inches. So the troll shows up with 2 puppies, and he's now sicking them on the other side of the board. Penny, your turn. Yeah, Kari can rest, and uh, but Rice can charge the nasty goblin. And don't forget your spell token. One of which is rending. So one with rending, one without. Oh, he takes an extra wound because he rolled a 1 for his save, which actually makes the difference and he dies. He does retaliate. The 3 hits. 3 6-ups. And if you roll ones, take extra ones. Oh, do you have light armor? The angelic blessing comes after your initial save. Oh, you did. You rolled them really quick. 0 successes and then 0 successes again because you do not have the boost anymore, so it's only a 6-up. So you take 3 wounds. Alright, so nasty assassins are target number 1 when they show up. Lessons learned. Is that the end of your turn, Penny? Did you want to eat it? Okay. Go, your turn. Yeah, you can do that. Because you're slow, you can get here. Okay. And these are not doubles, but you do get to get another hit because of Furious, or not Furious, Relentless, because he's within 9. Oh, it goes away, so you only get 1 hit. And because there's only 1 model here, you only get 1 hit total. And he passed. He's oh right, AP1. They kill him. Kill him. Yeah, what about Sutton? You are charging, so did you want to rage? So you roll your test to see if you take a, or is rage not a skill? I think it's a skill. Yeah. So see if you take a power, but you take a wound regardless. No, you only take 1 power and 1 wound. And keep in mind, the nasty assassin is hitting on 6s in return. Oh wait, this is a new phase, so no, he isn't. I forgot. When the player's turn starts, it's a new phase. But he can fight back at full strength. He dies. 3 hits. Unless he has. I can't remember if he did. I don't think he does. No, just a shred. You're down to one wound. Yeah, we can still revive you though. No, not a turn. Uh, so Nina's turn. She's going to attempt the objective again. And fails, but then she's gonna move 6 and use 2 power to try to heal Falcons. So loses another power. One. And then Alice. That goblin is kind of not a threat, so Alice is just gonna run. And that'll be it for Alice. Sono, your turn. With your will? No. Yep. Goblin's turn. I forgot to put the alert up last turn, but the alert's at 2. Uh, so this cave beast is going to do his bounce. Going 4 inches. And then he's charging Gub. The other one is going to do his bounce. Going 3 inches. And then he's going to rush. Goblin Leader will charge Sopkin. Both cave beasts will charge Alex. And the troll will run. And that's not everything. The Goblin Archer is gonna step back and shoot Rice. And miss. So now we resolve the fight. So we'll do down here for Gub. I swear I'm not targeting you, Gub. This just makes sense in this situation. Because these guys, they saw you blow them up, so they're angry at you. And the leader was just kind of looking at Slopkins. He's not gonna look at like a bleeding, hurt enemy and be like, I'm not gonna attack him today. though. Oh no. So you need to make 4 6-ups. Because you don't have light armor, right? 3 wounds, and then you get to fight back. What's the AP? Is it just 1? He still dies. He only has 1 wound left. Honestly, that was kind of the best outcome. Sopkins gets tapped. He whiffed. Not a single hit. Sopkins gets to fight back. No, she didn't charge. Oh, is it to the end? You get extra hits until the end of round? No, we did. That wasn't what you got to kill the assassin. But if it's until the end of the round, then you do get +2 to hit here. Well, no, you don't because you're fatigued. So you hit on 6s regardless. Yeah, unfortunately, fatigued is, you hit on 6s unmodifiable. You soften them up for next round. No. So that was just a big whiff. For both sides. And then the 2 cave beasts on Alice. 3 successes. 1 success. And then Alice fights back. 5 successes. 4 6-ups. No, 4 5-ups. And 1 6-up. He kills 1. Tiny, your turn. There's a troll in the way. He's gonna hit you really hard back. He's fine. He rolled his 6. What's funny is he actually has regeneration, so you would have ignored his regeneration. But he rolled his 6. Alright, so the troll has Furious, which doesn't matter because he didn't charge. He has Mischievous, which is good. Shred in melee. So his melee attacks have Shred. So 9 attacks at EP1 with Shred. Uh, 5 hits, Tiny? 6s. Because it's EP1. So the first one, you save 1. And then the next one would have been the reroll of 4 of them. You save 2 more, so you take 2 wounds instead of 5. Yeah. So the troll is a bit of a nightmare as well. You were trying to get the objectives done. We just kept rolling bad. Does Nell wanna, or not Nell, Rice wanna come join in the fight? He can charge the troll. The troll will be fatigued, so it'll hit on 6s in return. And you also get spell tokens, so you can cast a spell if you want. And free spell tokens. Tiny? Remember, if you lose hits, you can allocate the hits you would have lost. No, only the ones you would lose. Yep, so it's 2 hits each if you do cast the spell. This will cost you 3, so you need a 4 up for the spell to cast. And if you fail, you're allowed to spend 2 power to make it pass automatically. So it does pass anyways. And what's the AP on that? Okay, so 4 hits on the troll and 2 on the cave beast. The troll fails that initially, but then he has regeneration. He takes a wound. Then the cave beast takes a wound. Now you do your attacks. Yes, and any ones the troll rolls is in defense, or extra wounds. Oh, I have to redo that then. Forgot about rending. I am going to re-roll that. That's just not fun. So, 1 success, 1 fail with a 1, and then another fail. I will throw little helpless fudge dice things at you guys sometimes if your turn is going really bad. Because I don't know what just happened there, Tiny, but you kept rolling terrible on everything. So I'm just gonna throw you a little fruit and do that reroll. So now you do 3 wounds instead of none. But he still gets his regen. He takes a 1. And then he fights back, hitting on 6s. Nothing. Is it the end of your turn? No, your turn. Roll what? A little bit. Yeah, that's fair. You can use both. Yes. Yeah, you can use all of your ranged weapons once. And you have to roll them separate because one has AP and the other doesn't. Yeah, but one has AP1 and the other one doesn't. 2 successes. He's dead. He'll take, uh, yeah, you haven't used any skills, so. It would be 2 damage to move here, and then you can use your skill for free. Because you haven't used the skill this turn. Will. Oh, you did it! Roll a d6. On a 5 up, it's the objective we're looking for. Which is still, if you delete it, it's still a good thing, because that means the other one, where all of our will heavy characters are standing next to, is the actual one we're looking for. So this is positive regardless. So you need to roll another d6, and on a 5 up, you succeed the mission. Nope. Yep. So it's a disarm now. It's in. Yeah, if you don't charge, you can shoot. Yes, you can do that. You were 100% going to die. But you can't rage, because the second you rage, you go down and your attacks go away. No, it's a new phase. No. You pass. You get 2 5-ups. Yeah, I'll do a fully random wave next time, which will put in a lot more, like, infantry and stuff. This was a bit of a brutal wave that I put together. It was all their hard hitters. I manually did this wave. And then it's my turn. I have to actually look at how to revive a character. Uh, where is it? Unconscious. If a hero would be killed is unconscious, instead must remain idle until revived. Use a skill action and spend 2 power to revive the hero. So it's not even a skill check. I just have to. I'm charging, and then I'm using my skill to revive you. It just costs 2 power to revive. So I take a wound, and I revive you at 3 HP. So in doing what you did actually netted you more HP in the end. I can spellcast. I have 3 mana. So I might be able to just zap this guy because of the special rules that I came up with. I think I'll zap him really hard. Yep, pick up to 4 enemy units within 9 inches, which take 2 hits each. And because of my rule, if you lose attacks, you get to reallocate them. So in this specific situation where there's no other enemies standing around me in line of sight, if I pass the test, he takes all of the hits. Yeah, and you're also a sorcerer, so have fun with it. Yeah, because in my mind, it doesn't make sense that, like, you would technically shoot 4 times if there was a bunch of enemies in front of you. But if there's only one dude, you lose 3 bullets? Like, where did those 3 bullets go? So, I don't like that. So, especially when you have to roll to see if the spell even happens. Which it does. So he takes 8 hits with no AP. 2 successes, so he takes 6 wounds. And then Nina punches. 2 hits. 1 success. He's down to 1 wound. But because of the end of the phase, he fights back. He hits 3 times. And I pass once. Morale check. He fails, but because he's a hero with 9 or more wounds, instead of being shaken, he takes D3 wounds and dies. So basically that just means he routed and he ran off the board. Oh wait, Alice. I forgot Alice gets to do stuff. Alice charges and is fighting the giant. 2 successes with rending, and rending ignores regeneration. So I do E wound, and then he swings back on 6s. Come on. He has 3 wounds in retaliation, and Alice has to take a morale check. Which she fails, but she has fearless. So she passes. Sango, your turn. Objective complete. Somebody roll me a d6. What's the result? 4? Uh, so secondary 4 is sabotage. Place 1 objective marker within 6 inches of the table corner furthest from 1 random hero, which counts as the AI goal. Heroes may use a skill action, another will test to destroy it. It's optional. Uh, then I guess at this point, if you guys are planning on just leaving without doing the secondary or grabbing anything, we can just call it there. This is just gonna be, it's just gonna be, I'm probably gonna do this for a lot of the missions, is because it's just going to be repeated burning, burning energy, go here, burning energy, go here. So I'll just call it there. We do not get the secondary objective, which is fine, but that means we get a little bit less experience. Oh, we get the hazard pay, which is nice. Yeah, the wounds on the website, where it says wounds, is how many wounds you have taken. So with Alice, she is down to 9, so she took 12 wounds. Yeah, oh, she took 13 wounds. So now we actually get to see what the actual end of mission result stuff is. Oh, I didn't even put that. You can after. You can do it in the actual sheet. So everybody gets 10 gold per character. And we get double the amount of experience as the chosen difficulty. So we get 4 experience. 10 gold and 4 experience. And because this is a testing thing, I will say the next session, next Tuesday, we are dropping it down to one character. So if you feel like resetting your character, which I don't think any of us want to, because our primaries are kind of like our big ones, you can. But we are dropping to one hero each. Is lesson learned. Oh, at the end of each mission, heroes restore 3 wounds and 3 power. Oh, the stress, it's stress, so it does go up. It's however much power you spend. So both wounds and stress go up, which is opposite to how we were playing it. Just weird. Yeah. I will be remaking Nina, because Alice is going to be dropped. Uh, because of this fiasco, if you want to, you can transfer the gold that you cannot sell anything from your other character, your items and stuff. I will let you transfer their current held gold to your character. Yeah. Alright then. That's everything. Oh wait, we do the build phase. Uh, there's always a build phase at the start of next session if you guys want to go, but we still need to roll what resources we get. So we'll start with Gum. What is your pick me? Yep, it's wood. You have to craft the wood into planks later. Alright, you got magic crystals, and your pick me did not show up within 2. So roll a d6. So we get 1 magic crystal. Songo. What is your pick me? In fact, you landed near it and your pick me at the same time. So roll a d6. How much wood do you get? 5. What? It's shared. Alright, Tiny, what's your pick me? I mean, we got plenty of wood now. We could go for stone. Metal? Alright, you got wood, but your pick me is within 2. So you can take the metal for d3 plus 1, or you can take the wood for d6. Yeah, I'm realizing that picking the pick me isn't a negative, because you technically get more. So, I'm changing the pick me rolls to d3 plus 1, but you also get d6 plus 1 from regular rolls. So, Gub, you actually got 2 crystals. Yes. Thank you for reminding me. And Tiny, do you want to take the pick me or do you want to take the wood? Alright, so roll a d6. 3. So we have 10 wood. And then for me, my pick me was stone, which I rolled a wood, so I'll be taking my pick me. Oops. 4 stone. Now we run it back. Gub, what's your pick me? This is per character. Yep, keep in mind that tiles also cost stone. If you want walls. Your pick me is within 2, but you got leather. Right, d6 plus 1. Nice, max roll. Songo, what's your pick me? You got stone. Alright, roll d6 plus 1. Six. Tiny, what's your second pick me? You got glass. And metal is not within 2, so you just take glass. So roll d6 plus 1. 4. And then me, my pick me is stone. And I got metal. Oh, I got 7 metal. Alright, so our totals are 10 wood, 6 stone, 7 metal, 7 leather, 4 glass, 2 magic crystals. Uh, then we go here. We need a workbench. So I'm gonna add the workbench in at the end of when we are done stream. Because we need a workbench to turn wood and stone. into slabs. Thanks. Right, I completely forgot. There you go. So I am going to deduct the 2 wood and 1 stone. I'm just kind of making up the costs. No, it'll be 1 metal. I'll have a better list for you guys next week, because this is another thing that I didn't have enough time to do. But, so we have paid to build a workbench. So this time around we can't build anything on the house other than the workbench, because it's not the facility phase, so we can't craft at the moment. So at the start of next stream, we'll be able to, or the end of next stream, we'll be able to do some crafting. I think 2 buffers, like resource gathering buffers, is good anyways. And now I've marked that tile as completed. And that's it. Yep, so we've learned lessons. Again, YouTube and chat. This is my first time running a campaign for this, so I'm learning. 2 characters was too much. So I'll keep that in mind going forward, that everybody can only bring 1 character. Feel free to keep your character to switch them out whenever you want to, but other than that, we only get 1 next stream. Night night.